He's a perfect guy to take him out too. He took Ngannou out. Why would he not take Jake Paul out? And for him, he probably make more money fighting Jake Paul than he will fighting anybody else that he can fight right now. So why would he not do it? I mean, not that he needs the money right now anyway, but if he's going to do something, if he want to get a good win to put it back on the scene, that's a perfect win. You get a lot of money doing it.
I tell you what, I say to AJ, if this goes past 5 rounds, everybody's gonna be having a go at you because you can't go past 5 rounds with this kid. It has to go past 1 round or 2 rounds. Past beyond 4 or 5 rounds, you know, people are gonna be doubting you as a fighter himself.
Jake Paul cannot go 6 minutes with Anthony Joshua. It's just not gonna happen. You're talking about a man who starched Klitschko.
He's the perfect guy to take Jake Paul out. He already took Ngannou out, so why wouldn't he do the same to Jake? And honestly, Joshua would probably make more money fighting Jake Paul than anyone else available right now. Not that AJ needs the money, but if he wants a big win to put himself back on the map, this is the perfect.
Everyone connected to the fight.
I want to change subjects just a little bit here. And Anthony Joshua, there's rumours circulating he could be fighting Jake Paul next. 1, do you think it's good for boxing? And 2, do you think the fight will happen?
I think it's great for boxing. I think the fight will happen. AJ is 1-0 against these guys that come in to these boxing careers late. So why not? He's a perfect guy to take him out too. He took Ngannou out. Why would he not take Jake Paul out? And for him, he probably make more money fighting Jake Paul than he will fighting anybody else that he can fight right now. So why would he not do it? I mean, not that he needs the money right now anyway, but if he's going to do something, if he want to get a good win.
Perfect opportunity. Huge payday, huge spotlight, and almost zero downside. And here's the real pressure. If this fight goes past 5 rounds, people will destroy Joshua online. They'll say he couldn't put away a YouTuber. Realistically, Jake Paul cannot survive 6 minutes with Anthony Joshua. You're talking about a man who hurt Vladimir Klitschko and has knocked out true heavyweight killers. Roy Jones Jr. said it best. This is a brutal matchup for Jake Paul, but it's fantastic business. It brings hype, attention, and massive money to everyone involved. Whether fans love it or hate it, this event will be huge. Derek Chisora sees it the same way, but from a different angle.
When we look at AJ against Jake Paul, what sort of gulf do you expect to see?
Listen, we are in the game of entertainment. Either entertainment in the ring or on the football pitch, it don't matter. It's called entertainment. People are going to buy tickets to go watch Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fight. You know, we're all entertainers, either way. So I'm happy. I'm so happy for AJ because he's doing this for himself. And you have to understand, you have to give so much respect to Jake Paul. You know, whatever he says, he makes it happen. You know, before he was like he wants to fight Anthony Joshua and people were laughing at him. And then suddenly it's happened and people are like, wow, what's going on here? You know, so kudos to that kid, man. He's very good at promoting everything he does.
Derek, do you reckon there's a bit of jealousy from other boxers and even like pundits flying around as well? Because even since it's been announced last night and today...
I know the biggest jealousy pundit you guys have, and that is Simon Jordan. I'm telling you right now, Simon Jordan right now, he must be suffering inside and out right now because he knows Eddie's making money, Anthony Josh's making money. So he is dying right now, Simon Jordan.
Look, Derek, and I know you say it's entertainment and there'll be a massive audience, but is there an element of danger as well? Look, AJ's a former world champion, and this is a guy, you know, the best he's been in with is Tommy Fury.
Listen, he don't really care. You know, in the boxing ring, it's the only place you can murder somebody and not go to jail. So, kudos to that. So if he gets beaten up and something happens, it's part of the game.
Well, I'm not sure that's a game that people will want to see, though.
Is it a real fight, though? Is this going to be a proper fight? You will know more than most.
Mate, let me tell you something. For how much they're getting paid, about much 177 million, whatever, and they're splitting it down the middle. So I hope it's not a game because I want to see some blood. I want to see somebody's teeth falling out. So I told Anthony,
To him, this fight isn't about legacy or danger or competitiveness. It's about money. Everyone involved gets paid: Joshua, Jake, Eddie Hearn, the broadcasters, the promoters. Chisora said the backlash isn't about the fight being bad, it's about jealousy. People hate the fact that this matchup makes so much money. Chisora also reminded everyone that boxing is entertainment. Fans buy tickets to be entertained, whether it's on a football pitch or inside the ring. And he gave Jake Paul his respect. Years ago, Jake said he wanted to fight Joshua and everyone laughed. Now it's real. Chisora says you have to respect someone who speaks things into existence the way Jake does. He also said pundits are jealous, especially Simon Jordan.
Okay, so is that surprising? Is that the first you've heard of it?
That's the first I've heard of it. That's surprising to me.
Confirmed 3 minute, eight rounds.
3 minute, 8 rounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just your take on it, just seeing Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua in a heavyweight fight.
I mean, I guess they doing what's best for them, you know. So I feel like, you know, I don't got too much to say on it.
I asked you before when Tank wasn't originally scheduled to face him, if you'd watched it, you said you would. But is this more of a competitive challenge for Jake, do you see, because of a natural weight between them being a lot closer?
Oh, this is definitely more of a competitive challenge for them. So I'm gonna probably too.
According to Chisora, Simon hates the fact that Hearn and Joshua are about to make massive money. When asked about danger, Chisora brushed it off. To him, it's boxing, a sport where anything can happen, and fighters know the risks. He even said with the kind of money they're getting paid, he expects violence, blood, teeth flying. That's how blunt he was. Abdullah Mason later gave a more measured take. He didn't dismiss Jake Paul completely like most people do. Mason believes Jake has trained seriously, picked tougher opponents, and earned at least some level of respect. He still thinks Joshua wins, but says people shouldn't underestimate the work Jake has put in. Frank.
Well, what I think is that people will buy it. They'll watch it, and Netflix have bought it. And they're expecting to get big numbers. They've had big numbers for his last 2 fights. He's a major attraction for whatever reason. But he's a licensed boxer. He trains, he works as a fighter. I'll take my hat off to him for all of that. He's not a heavyweight, and he's stepping in with, people have criticised some of his opponents in the past, but he's stepping up to the plate.
Can't criticise this one, I suppose.
He's gone from one extreme to the other. He's fighting a guy, two-time world champion, as somebody who's a natural heavyweight. I know there's a weight clause thing on there, but I don't think that will make a lot of difference to AJ. And he's also a gold medalist. I think it's he's a massive favourite, AJ, for this fight. He's getting very, very well paid for it. And people will buy it. You'll buy it because it's a road crash.
He is a massive favourite. The bookies only have him at 1-10 and 1-4 to get the stoppage. Is that a bit mad to you?
I mean, look, you've seen AJ. You see what he's done with Ngannou.
Yeah, Ngannou and Jake Paul are two very.
And Ngannou's a natural heavyweight.
Yeah, I just thought those odds seemed a little bit, I suppose,
skinny.
Yeah. Is it disrespectful to the integrity of boxing?
No, because it's... Look, you're asking a question that you know the answer to, as does most people in the industry. So, it is what it is. It's a pure money-making venture with a guy that's AJ doesn't mean too much in America. Jake Paul does. AJ's ventures in America didn't go down too well, did it? So Jake Paul does though, and he's got a massive following, and that's why he's on the A side of the card.
Warren added his honesty. People can criticize all they want, but everyone is going to watch. Jake Paul gets massive numbers, he trains like a real fighter, and every time he steps up, he gets people talking. Warren said AJ is a huge favorite, but the business behind this fight is undeniable. Even he admits Jake Paul has slowly climbed the ladder, maybe not like a traditional boxer, but step by step. David Hay was the complete opposite. He said this fight might be so dangerous for Jake Paul that it could be his last day on earth. He emphasized the massive physical gap. Joshua is a natural heavyweight, an Olympic gold medalist, a former 2-time world champion. Jake is a cruiserweight who lost to Tommy Fury.
Jake Paul is going to get in a ring in a boxing match, boxing gloves, to mix it with one of the most dangerous heavyweights on the planet, someone who is Olympic gold medalist, won the heavyweight championship twice. Although he lost his last fight against a very good Daniel Dubois, he's a top 10 heavyweight on the planet versus internet sensation, someone who's a latecomer to boxing and has boxed at a very moderate level. I'm talking domestic level, and he lost to Tommy Fury, for instance. And Tommy Fury, who he lost to, versus Anthony Joshua, they're two completely different sports. So I commend Jake Paul for putting himself in harm's way, because boxing is a dangerous game. People have died in the ring. People have been seriously injured, maimed. And he believes in himself enough to do it on a massive scale, because it's not about the money. He's got enough money. This is him wanting to push the boundaries of reality. He's manifested an amazing life for himself. He's a superstar. And I think he wants to try and do the unthinkable. He wants to. It's an insane challenge he's put himself up for, but you've got to give him credit.
You say an insane challenge. You've described it before as Jake Paul being a cat versus Anthony Joshua's lion.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not equally matched on any sense, are they?
There's not one element of their boxing skill set that Jake Paul can come 15, 20% in regards to Anthony Joshua. He's a completely different specimen. Look, you'll see what it looks like when they stand next to each other. And Anthony Joshua, he's not a bodybuilder. He's...
Hayes said the difference is so extreme it shouldn't even be debated. Journalist Gareth A. Davis gave one of the smartest breakdowns. He said Joshua needs activity if he truly wants the Tyson Fury fight next year. Jake Paul is a warm-up fight that pays like a world title. Low risk, massive reward, huge audience, and a chance for AJ to stay sharp without fighting a dangerous contender who could set him back. He also warned that if Joshua doesn't finish Jake quickly, fans will tear him apart. If Jake lands even one punch, the arena will explode. Joshua has everything to lose, Jake has everything to gain. Tunde Ajayi defended Joshua fiercely. He said no matter what Joshua does, people attack him. Fight elite guys. They complain. Take a big money fight. They complain. Ajayi said Jake Paul has improved and earned some respect, but Joshua should still destroy him within a couple rounds. One of the biggest surprises came when Netflix entered the conversation. At first Joshua said the fight couldn't happen because he wasn't allowed to fight on Netflix. But then the money exploded into life-changing numbers.
Above Jake Paul and a weight division above him. I think it's irresponsible to let those two in a ring together in a proper boxing match. That's my view. It doesn't damage his bank balance, but if he earns 70 million US dollars for this, are we really going to see him get up for a fight with Tyson Fury, which is being talked about for next September? I understand that fight isn't signed yet. There's still a warm-up fight. I don't blame Eddie Hearn, as I said to him. I would have taken that fight if I was in the same situation. I don't blame him taking this as a second warm-up fight. But the problem for Anthony Joshua, if he doesn't do what he did to Francis Ngannou in those 2 rounds in Riyadh and finish him conclusively, he's going to be pilloried for it. If this fight stretches more than 2 or 3 rounds and he hasn't got Jake Paul out there, he will get booed and hammered over it. So there is pressure on him to go in there. And if he gets caught or clipped, which I've heard Frank Warren talking about that today, if he gets caught, the arena's going to erupt if Jake Paul lands a punch, So it's a very peculiar matchup. Yes, it's one I'm going to watch and I'm going to go to. I'm in Miami this week anyway for BKB 48. Lucas Brown's fighting Gustavo Trujillo with the bare fists for the heavyweight title in BKB. Where's the press conference on Friday? In Miami for Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. They say the Lord works in mysterious ways. I'm over there, so it's a very weird one, but this is where we are. Jake Paul's unique. I'm interested in your take on it, Chris.
Yeah, I would start with the Jake Paul side of it. I give Jake Paul a no.
Joshua, coming off losses and inactivity, suddenly saw a chance for massive global exposure and huge cash with relatively low risk. What was impossible started to look very possible. Eddie Hearn originally wanted Joshua back in December just for a tune-up. Nobody expected that tune-up to become Jake Paul, and nobody expected Netflix to throw this kind of money. Enough money that Joshua is reportedly okay being the B-side. Jake versus Joshua. Imagine that. What world are we living in where Anthony Joshua is the promotional B-side to Jake Paul? But that's the strategy. It's not about quality, it's about virality. Tyson vs. Paul wasn't a great fight, but it broke records. This will do the same. In the end, this matchup isn't just about skill. It's about modern boxing, entertainment, algorithms, global influence, new audiences, money, viral power. Joshua brings legacy, Jake brings numbers, and together they create a spectacle that boxing simply cannot ignore. Stay tuned for more. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel.